Hello, my name is Lilac Olligoci, and I will be running Monolith. So the first thing that I should mention right now is just taking care of everything first, because this run will be pretty fast-paced. Monolith is a top-down, twin-stick bullet hell shooter roguelike created by Team D13, which comprises of 4 people: Pure Question, Alec Middle, Arc of Dream, and Flan. Shoutouts to them. Each floor, and we'll be going through 5 floors, will be procedurally generated. Everything is random. I won't know anything about what the seed will give me. And I will introduce my co-commentators. Go ahead.
Hello everybody, my name is Squega, and I'll be the bald guy commentating on this.
And I am Runkly. I will also be commentating. Me and Squigga both commentate for a league known as Monorail, which runs this game. It's a very fun league.
I was gotta say, it's a fantastic name for a league for a game.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. So we had a ship bid war. So give me the ship. What do we got?
I believe we have the. Let me just double check here. I think it's the Overlord.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Ah, yes.
quickly before I mention anything, Overlord, he just has a sword. That's literally all I have throughout the entire run. And also just to mention, since this is a bullet hell, this little dot right here, that's my hitbox. And without further ado, Squega, count me down.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, as we start off the first floor here, immediately bombing to check for what's called a secret room. There is one on every floor. They've got generation rules very similar to Isaac. And we're going to be looking for a bunch of special rooms. There's going to be one mini-boss on the floor, but first we're going to find this weapon caster. What do we got?
So we have a
Nice.
sword with, it's heavy, so that's actually a really good weapon. More damage, a little bit slower than your standard base sword.
We
One
got
of the
a challenge room here.
And a challenge room, yes. Okay, so a challenge room is a room where you have roughly half damage than you normally do, and the enemies are more aggressive than they normally would in this difficulty, but you always get a guaranteed reward by beating it, and it's usually better than your average reward.
So that big blue thing that we just saw, that's the floor 1 mini-boss. There's going to be 1 on this floor and the next floor, 2 on floors 3 and 4, and 3 mini-bosses on the final floor, floor 5.
Give me quick,
We're getting
quick.
an extra keyword here. What did you take?
I took quick. I mean,
Quick is very good.
this is the sword that I
Which means-
probably going to set through the entire run. Oops.
Yeah, so a couple of modifiers on this sword is overheating, so you'll see there's a projectile that shoots out of the sword. It does less damage than the actual sword would in melee damage, but it is
Check
a
here.
big DPS, and then with quick, it is a much faster swinging sword. One of the important things about the sword is that the sword will swat away bullets, any small bullet, so it is good for safety.
All right, we're going to be checking the power-up station here. These are very important. We can get some game-changing power-ups here. Let's see what we get first. Scanner. Very nice.
Yes, very good pickup.
Okay.
These are passive power-ups that you keep throughout the entire run. And one of the goals, we just went to our boss. Our mini-bosses lock the boss, so you have to beat the mini-bosses to unlock the boss, and then you can proceed to the next level.
Now, one of the things I noticed just very quickly here, as we're taking out Guardian, I noticed that Lilac's been moving around the map, kind of almost warping. How does that work?
This follows the mechanics from Enter the Gungeon, where you can just click on, in this case, any room you've been to, you can click on it to warp back.
Well, that's pretty neat.
And I should say any room
Nice.
you've cleared.
So we have a shop here. We also already know where the mini-boss and the boss are because we got that revealed by the scanner. We'll be
And scanner-
revealing a
scanner's
portion of the
important.
map every floor.
Yeah, and it's only partial
Okay.
mapping. Keep that in mind. So it can either give you all the hits you need to see every mini boss and your boss, or it can give you nothing. And mini bosses on any floor are they can be in random areas of the map. They could be together in a cluster or on opposite corners. So it's important to have mapping early.
All right, second mini-boss. And each mini-boss, another thing about them is that they will drop, you get a choice between a health up and an ammo refill.
Oh, I'm just short.
Usually you go for the ammo refill, but sometimes you don't need it, and this is the case here, so they went for the extra heart.
And the ammo refill is 20%, so you restore 20% of your ammo. In this case, when you beat a boss, you also get a choice between a 2 heart health heal or a 5% damage boost.
And damage is usually king in this game.
For safety's sake, I'm gonna see if I can't find the upgrade station.
Very good choice. Yes.
there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
And in a marathon, it's
something
important to
else
have a
I
lot of
left.
safety.
So let's see what we get here.
Yeah, let's see what kind of power up we get here.
Scrap runner.
Good options.
Scrap runner. Scrap runner is a great source of temporary DPS. So the more scrap you collect, you will fill up a red bar up until a max. The higher the bar is, the more damage you do, and the more speed you move at. But if you take a hit or over time, it diminishes.
So 2 rooms away, we have our first mini boss. But remember, there's going to be 2 on this floor, so we're going to be finding another one after this.
Not showing on
We
the
don't
map.
know where it is.
Oh, there
Another
it is.
important mechanic.
Yep.
Hey, wow, that was quick.
Nice.
Wow, right next to the boss too. Good mapping. Another really good mechanic we need to talk about a bit is the multiplier. On the top right, next to the mini map, you will see a times 2.8, and that's our multiplier. It can go up to a max of 3, and if you take a hit, it does reset it, and it's fish. And the higher your multiplier, the more money you get per room you clear, and it goes up by 0.1 per room you clear. And a secret floor on this run that you can access is only accessible if you beat the floor 4 boss at 2.5 multiplier or higher. So fish is not a very...
It's not giving me the best.
It's very slow, as you can see.
It wasn't giving me ideal random events. All right.
That fish is
sure.
filleted, and we get to see the temple, which is our secret level we were talking about. We beat the boss at 2.8 multiplier, and so now we get a choice of one of 4 branches to take, and every branch. So you get so many branches unlocked per floor you have cleared up until floor 4, and that's the latest floor you can enter it. In this case, we can do up to 3 branches, but we're only going to be doing 1 for this marathon.
Yep. Consider it a sneak peek. Ooh, hello. Ooh, nice find here. This is
these are little mini bosses. They're actually kind of tough because if you get hit by a bullet from this mini boss, you lose health permanently. But it's not a problem with the sword. We're good.
Easy peasy.
And at the end of every branch, we're going to have a mini boss, and that mini boss will drop what's known as a cartridge as its reward. It's also a passive power up. In this case, each of these power ups are only activated at 2.5 multiplier or higher.
That obnoxious noise that you're hearing is the overheating fireball thing hitting the shield.
Yeah.
Which blocks damage, and it'll block anything not piercing.
Go ahead and grab these.
So now we want to exit the temple, but
Ooh.
We're gonna go say hello to the warden. Warden, more like the Borden.
Very calm and relaxing music.
Yes. One of the harder bosses of this game as well. This this particular boss is modeled after one of the developers, Pure Question, of Team D13 that made this game. And so beating up Warden is like beating up Pure Question, and we all have a lot of fun with that. So this one's for you, Pure Question.
Could probably do some donations here because it's just a boss fight.
Absolutely. I was just about to ask if we could do that, and we've got a couple of donations that have come in the last few minutes here. We have a $2.99 donation, $2.99 from Final Flame, saying, "Hi, it's your donation breaker here again to break up the total. Also, let's get Big Story into the marathon." Just a great reminder that we do have a couple of incentives. We'll touch on those in a moment. One of them is Big the Cat Story for Sonic Adventure DX tomorrow, and that's a $250 incentive. We also have $100 from The Only Kid. Says, "Going toward a great cause. I love this charity and this event. This community is great. I'm thankful that you all let me be part of this wonderful event. We've already broken $1,000, but let's keep pushing." And just to remind everyone, we do have a couple of incentives that are ongoing right now. We have still for a little bit for today. We have the Chicory costume choice between Reptar, Bat Dog, Captain Timo, and Poison Mushroom. So we'll be still collecting some bid war donations for that, as well as I mentioned the Sonic Adventure DX Big the Cat Story run for tomorrow. And just a reminder, of course, that you can put the full amount of your donations on Tiltify to both a target and a bid war. So if you want to put say $10 toward Big the Cat and put $10 towards Bat Dog for Chicory tonight, you could totally do that. Just a reminder on that, so you don't have to pick one or the other like some other marathons have them set up. So yeah, I will let you guys take it back.
Yep,
All right,
and
thank you.
to catch you up on what we've been doing here, we got another power-up station, and we took Fortune from that. What that does is that upgrades the possible rewards you can get out of a room. This late in the game, it's not necessarily the best, but the other options weren't all that great either. And then that big fat bat we killed gave us full mapping, so we can see all the rooms that we need to move on.
The big fat bat also adds some extra rooms to the floor once you beat it, and those are rooms that have some goodies. They're kind of extra shortcuts, and you can have extra goodies, extra enemies, and sometimes it's good for a little bit of extra safety to go into them. Pick up a weapon or maybe a heart you might need. That full mapping is exactly what we needed.
Before, I'm just going to quickly mention this, but you saw me pass up. Oops, you saw me pass up a weapon after
The
Warden.
weapon, yes.
That is the Sacred Arms. It's a unique. I passed it up because the weapon that I have right now is so much better. Ooh, we
Sacred
got
Arms
This is
is
a very
fun,
good weapon.
but this one's way better, yes. We get Nightmare. Yes.
excellent. This is a DLC
I'm a face
exclusive
fighter.
boss.
Very fun boss, and has 2 phases in hard mode. There's actually hard mode in this game. It has 3 phases. So right now it's just going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you.
Also, I believe, is Fish DLC exclusive as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The DLC Relics of the Past is so unique compared to the original that it might as well be a different game.
Yeah, I want to take a moment really to plug this game. So the base game is after the end, and Relics of the Past, the DLC, not much more expensive. I think combined, both of them cost about $15 roughly, and the DLC adds so much. It adds just as much content as the base game has. So I really recommend this game. It has a lot of replayability. It's fun to speedrun. It's fun to score run.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
The mapping on this
This
is
looks
amazing.
like my TV final floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually
So we already know where all the mini bosses and the boss is, and we have the
I'm gonna
power-up room very close.
Yeah, I'm gonna check here in case I get
Come on,
artifact.
quickening. Or
No,
artifact.
but focus is good.
Or focus.
So
Some of the power-ups that we're looking for would be quickening, which is the equivalent to a potion of free life, and it is used as a fast strat on our final boss because when you die on quickening, it procs and it. Oh no!
Why pure? Why?
Okay,
Here's
those were 2
revenge.
plus. Those were 2 plus 10% damage ups, and Pure Question was the inventor of that room. And you can only access it from the right direction if you only come enter from the bottom. And there are very few ways to bust those blocks. If you don't have it, that's it. So when you leave a room, the rewards are gone.
Yep. Thanks, Pure. Thanks a lot.
Thank
That's
you,
why
Pure.
we beat up on Pure in the temple.
Yes. And we're
Not-
very close to the end here, so we're going to be definitely. I think we're.
Yeah.
I think
I think we're good,
There
yeah.
are 3. There we go.
Here we go,
We're
final
on the
boss.
Final boss. The
This
Overlord.
is a 3-phase boss. Time will be after Lilac leaves the room, which will be a short time after the boss actually dies.
Yes.
trying to get
And
close.
so, Overlord is kind of like baby's first big boss in this game, in a sense. It's every new player's big boss, the first big boss you fight. And it looks very overwhelming. It's a little easier with the sword. You're able to swat away most of the bullets. But always keep in mind that the Overlord does the same attacks in the same order every single phase. So when you keep that in mind, you can develop some strats on how to deal with the dodging.
We're on phase 2 now.
And in every subsequent phase, phases 2 and 3, the Overlord has less health than in phase 1. So once you get through phase 1, it's a little easier.
There we go.
And final phase. Desperation time. Just throw bullets everywhere.
And look, it doesn't matter.
That'll work, right?
Lilac has a sword, yeah.
I'm also taking hits because. Anyway.
Here we go. Get ready on time.
GG, here we go.
All right.
and
Time.
12:35 is really
Wow.
good.
That
Wow.
is an impressive time for doing a Wing of the Temple.
Yeah.
That was very
Yeah.
impressive.
2
And we're
minutes
still
off.
marathon safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very safe run. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that sword that I got, perfect.
exactly.
We were
what
kind
you're
of
looking
worried
for.
that the run would have been bad. Like we would have received a bunch of lackluster weapons, and then we'd be a lot slower. But we were lucky to get that weapon in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
She got some marathon luck.
Very
How
good
about
run.
that?
Yeah, finally. It's playing some chase right now, but anyway. Anyway. Squega, how about we plug Monorail? Because we do have a competition coming up.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
so,
yes.
yes, the three of us are on staff for a racing league called Monorail, and it is for this game in particular. And we just announced Monorail 4. It's happening December 10th through 12th, I believe. Grandpappy Squega may not remember fully, but
Yep, that's correct.
10th to 12th. And it is. We've done 3 already. We've had a lot of fun with it, and this game is a lot of fun to race. We will be doing it for this exact kind of run, minus the temple. But for this exact run, 2, 4, 5, beating Overlord and leaving the room.
Oh no, it's
4,
to
6.
Oh, it's a 6 now. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're
that's
going
right.
deeper.
This is
Okay,
our
yes.
first full event. That's all 4-6.
Mhm.
Not
That is
4-6
true.
before, but kind of as one tournament rather than the other.
That is also true. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for the correction. And yes, that does change things. But this game is a lot of fun to run. You can check out. You go to Monorail Racing on Twitter. We also have a Discord as well. You can link to via going to monorail.live, our website, as well. And then you can go to the Monolith community, which I believe is discord.gg/monolith, to get more information on that as well.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. This is my first event, so I was kind of afraid that it would go wrong, but you know, I'm really glad to be here.
That was anything but wrong.
Yeah.
I was about to say thank you so much for showing us this game, Lilac. This was such an impressive run, and coming into this, I've never seen this game before, so I was putting myself in your hands just to kind of walk us through this. But this was fantastic to watch. I think I'm sold on watching some Monorail later on here, and of course, Ron Klee and Squeega, thank you so much for commentating as well on Lilac's run. It's really good to hear such informed commentators able to really parse some of the more technical stuff down into something that we can all understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Stick around, continue to donate, because we've got a lot more coming up.
Yes, indeed we do. In fact, coming up next, we've got a Pokemon Blue any percent no glitch corruption run, I believe, from TGH. So for those of you who like yourself a little bit of Pokemon Blue any percent fun, stay tuned. Of course, we're still raising money for Take This, and we'll be raising it through this game and next game. And of course, we have that Chicory costume choice that's coming up. We'll be getting those donations for the bid war tabulated here in a little bit. So if you've got a costume choice that you really want to see, you might want to start thinking about throwing some money down toward that choice on good old Tiltify. And of course, we'll be right back here in just a moment.